Okay, welcome back to another episode of Stories from the Dirt. Today, Kara's my co-host,
Hello.
and we have the marvelous Shelby and Rory here with us today of Team Desert Roots. And not only Team Desert Roots, but my golly, you guys have a lot of stuff happening these days. That's exciting. A lot of exciting stuff. So let's dig in. How are you ladies today?
We're doing awesome. We got together a little bit earlier this morning for final cleanup of our big block party that we had last weekend, and planning Rory's birthday. Actually, we're celebrating her birthday this weekend.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. It's next Thursday, but we're early. I like to celebrate the whole month.
You like to, yeah, of course, the whole month. Yeah. How fun. Are you having like a giant party?
I'm just keeping it simple. I have some friends flying in to come see me for breakfast one Saturday, and then of course I get to hang out with my best friends at night and go have some paint therapy. Artistic fun. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And a killer dinner. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing for dinner yet, but I just know it's supposed to be awesome. So.
Amazing. So the new library, that's not you guys behind us. What is that behind us? That is something special.
So how did that picture even get there?
I don't know.
No, so this vehicle behind us it's called a Bronco DR, and it is the newest Bronco in our fleet, which is very exciting. We went down to Baja and we raced this truck at its debut race at the Nora Mexican 1000, which is a 6-day off-road rally style race, which was an absolute blast. It was so fun. Dude, watching her and Brady and the team in general throughout 6 days was an epic experience. It was so good. It was the very first desert race under Shelby Hall Offroad, and really, I mean, like I have a UTV racer that we go out and race, but this is like the first big race that we've done basically all on our own, which was a huge undertaking. It's like the Rebelle, it's very long, 6 stages, so it's 6 days long, and about 1,400 miles down the Baja Peninsula.
Amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Sorry, the livery that's on it actually is kind of an homage to the historical Broncos, and it was created way back in the 60s and the 70s by someone in the Bronco world who is really iconic in the Bronco world. His name is Bill Strop, and he would take stock Broncos and he would modify them so that they were more rugged and ready to go race down in Baja. And my grandfather raced with Bill Strop, and he actually won the Baja 1000 overall in 1969 in a Strop Bronco. And that race and that win really launched my grandfather's career. So for us, like that livery just holds so much history. And so we really wanted to tie that in with our effort this year. So it's a pretty cool, unique livery that looks really awesome also.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Look.
Not only does it look good, but just the fact that it has that meaning behind it, it makes you just even more proud.
Yeah. So I followed your social media while you were down doing this race or rally we're talking about. And so you drove some stages and then Brady also drove some stages, correct?
Yeah, so every day we swapped. So the days that I drove, Brady navigated, and the days that Brady drove, I navigated. And only on one stage did we actually split driving. And that was so much fun. I mean, it was a blast being in the right seat. That's not something I have a ton of experience with, so it was definitely a little bit of a learning curve. But we made it everywhere we needed to go. So I feel like I did my job successfully. Made it across the finish line every day, so small bonuses right
There
there.
there you
Roy,
go.
Rory, were you
So,
there to give her pointers as far as like the navigation piece? You're like, this
oh,
is what you need to be.
I don't know about giving her too many pointers when it comes to that GPS system, but at least I double checking with her in the morning, like, okay, where's north, where's south, where's east, where's south? Okay, you're solid. Go get it, girl. She was on it. It was really cool to follow along. Me and the team. I was in the truck with mom, which was rad, and we had our own race, just cruising along, trying to keep up with them down that Baja Peninsula ourselves. So it was, yeah, it was a hell of a ride. I mean, truly. I mean, we're just picking them up and watching them pick off people every single day. Because I mean, she'll get a little more into it, but it was really cool to see the comeback that happened down there. It was so much fun. We had a little bit of a rough start. We the day before the race actually started, we lost the radiator fans, and we had like Ford engineers were there, and they were trying to figure it out, and no one could figure out. Everything works electronically now. So if there's this tiny little wire somewhere along the line that is busted, a lot of things don't work. So we tried to race stage one without the radiator fans, and that just caused a snowball of issues. So we decided that we would take the start line on stage two just to get the start, and then we immediately pulled off and we worked on it all day, and we trailered it to the finish line. So we ran across the finish line, like physically ran across the finish line. And we started stage three dead last, like 138th, dead
Wow.
last.
Wow.
And that was like it sucked basically in the moment. But we were like, you know what? There's only one way to go from here, and it's up. And so we just kept charging, and by the final stage, stage six, we started 17th. So we were pretty stoked to go from dead last, 138th to 17th.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'd take it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Nice
every day
work.
that we crossed the finish line, we celebrated. We were like, we won! We won today. Which you guys know, in our car during the rally, every day we're like, we're winning. We don't know what's going on in anybody else's car, but we won today.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a great
Uh,
mentality to have.
so this was your first time racing this race?
No, this was my third time racing this race. First
Oh,
time with this vehicle, and first time with our team and under Shelby Hall Offroad.
nice. And is this the first time being in the car with your husband, and how was that?
Um, so Brady's not my husband,
Oh,
but
sorry.
so we also have a UTV, and we race the UTV together. That's kind of like our play car. It was just a regular UTV that we decided to put a roll cage in, and the safety equipment that we needed, and then we just go race that when we have extra time. All that extra time. But this was definitely the biggest project we have ever worked on together, and the most serious race that we've ever competed in together. Um, you know, the prep work to get the racetrack ready was hugely intensive. It was not just prepping a racetrack; it was actually prepping a whole race team. We had a staff of 15. We just moved into a new shop, so we were outfitting the shop. We were outfitting chase trucks and getting everything together for basically 2 weeks in Baja. So, and we still love each other. We made it love it and still love each other.
It's winning.
That's the biggest win. Yeah. Yeah, so, all of this is coming out of Shelby Hall Off-Road, right?
Yes.
As a company, and you guys are just, like, blowing up. Like, you guys are making big
Are
moves,
we?
it seems. It seems like you are. I mean, you have a shop, you have a team, you guys are partnering, like, creatively, and
Having
what is the
workshops.
goal? Yeah, what is the goal of, Shelby Hall Off-Road?
I mean, I feel like we're really doing it. I feel like we want to race and we want to share our passions with everyone else. Um, and we want to provide products to people that we feel are worthy of the same kind of off-road playing that we like to do. So, in our workshops that we do together, we're teaching people how to off-road navigate. We teach people how to drive off-road. And, we get to share our lifestyle through social media. And we get to share the products that we believe in and that we use on our race team and in our everyday lives. So we're kind of doing what we set out to do. With the DR, we are going to be doing some pretty intensive development with it, which is a pretty incredible opportunity. So Brady actually came on board to Shelby Hall Off-Road this year also. And so the way that I tell people it works with us is the back of the house, the shop, that's his domain. And the front of the house, the marketing, the logistics, the management, that's all my side. And so Brady is incredible in the back. He has an incredible engineering mind and he understands machinery like no one I've ever met before. And so we're in this really cool space where we get to put our skills together and develop vehicles, make stock vehicles a little bit better, and let our creativity come out. And we get to have our friends be a part of what we're doing. Rori is a part of every single thing we do. And whether she likes it or not, basically, I love it. And so all of this, incorporates desert routes and, our competition with the Revella Rally. And so we just get to really focus on competing and off-roading and sharing that with as many people as we can.
So I know a little bit about like your background as far as with your family, Shelby. What made you specifically decide this? Were you wanting to follow in those footsteps? Because you also want to make your own path. So how did that balance for you and how did you decide to do that?
So I grew up off-roading. I mean, my mom tells stories about me being in like a baby seat on the way to Baja. And, some of my earliest memories are honestly like playing in the dirt. Well, my dad and my mom had an off road driving school. And so it was before school age. So I would get, taken out to the desert with them while they were hosting these classes. And I would create forts in the sagebrush and just be like playing out in the rocks. And when the school day was over for my parents' class, I would beg my dad to take me for a ride in the racetrack. And whatever speed he was going, it was never fast enough. I would always ask him to go faster and keep going. And so that passion for me, that adrenaline has always existed in me. And I think for a long time, I just didn't know any different because that's what my family did. As I got older, I wondered if it was the right fit for me. It's really hard to be an entrepreneur, and it's really hard to be an entrepreneur in off-road. It's a very niche spot, and it's passion driven. And when people are off-roading, 99% of the time it's a hobby. And so when economically things get tough, the first thing that's going to go is a hobby,
Right.
and so this lifestyle has been challenging, but it's what's always been the fire inside of me. I've tried having regular jobs and I felt like a caged bird. I felt like I was always looking out the window at everybody else being able to experience life while I was caged. And that was like the sign for me that I needed to try and pursue this. And, like when you're on the right path, things start falling into place. Like it's not easy. Not every day is easy. And I have wanted to quit a million times, but I'm thankfully surrounded by people who believe in me when I don't believe in me. Um, but I started Shelby Hall Offroad, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it years ago. And I honestly think that Rori and I coming together as a team for the Rebel is what just like catapulted us to this next level. We complement each other so well in our skills. We hang out all the time. Like that's what we want to do. And we love all the same stuff. And so we're able to put our minds together and make dreams a reality. And we've surrounded ourselves with other people that are the same exact way, other creatives and other people that have skills that we don't have, to make this really well-rounded team to just like go out and kick ass at whatever we're doing.
Have fun doing it.
Yeah, and have fun doing it.
That's
That's
awesome.
amazing. Yeah, so you guys as a team, a Desert Roots team, and then also the Shelby Hall Off-Road, you guys are like the events that you guys are putting on, and really like pouring back into the community is really amazing to see. I have yet to make it to an event. Always seem to have calendar conflicts. But one day I will make it. But yeah, I mean, you guys are like the way that and you're doing you're having events for women and men and then doing the off-road navigation and the trail rides and so what drives you to want to pour back into your community?
It's what keeps us going. I mean, every time we get out there, the response we get back from our friends and family anytime they come to one of these events is like their faces light up and they're having such a great time, and that just motivates us to keep going, making the next one better, making like what else can we do to tie in other things, so it's not just all about off-roading, but it's more like family oriented and stuff like that. Like that's what just keeps us going. Like we enjoy that and the feedback that comes with it, and to be able, like she said, to share that with everybody, and they want to keep coming back, then we're going to keep on planning and making it happen, because that's what we love to do, and to do it with other people and to see them like shine and rise and get better behind the wheel or in navigation, whatever it may be. It continues to motivate us. Can't do without you guys.
Totally.
Yeah, I think in the Rebel community, I've been trying to kind of highlight that is there's a lot of us in the community that are driven by that and love just giving back, and I just think that's a great highlight of the Rebel community and the four-wheel community as a whole, but I definitely have been noticing, in the Rebel trend.
Absolutely.
For sure. That's so fun. Okay, so let's talk about Desert Roots. I'm gonna peek at your email here. So you're coming back again as teammates, which is awesome. We all know how hard that can be to do. Tell us about your sponsors. There's some that, I mean, they're all very interesting. Tell us about your sponsors.
So we are coming back, with Ford Performance this year, which is exciting. We are really, really grateful for our continued support from Jiffy Lube. We started our relationship with them a couple years ago, and they're just incredible. They are such proponents of women in motorsports. So Jiffy Lube is a sister company with Pennzoil, and as we always hear Emily talk about, how Pennzoil isn't just checking a box with their partnership for women. It's exactly the same with Jiffy Lube, that they feel not like a large corporation, but like a relationship with your friends who really wants this to be a two-way partnership. And I've worked with a fair share of pretty large companies, and that's just not common. that, often you are just kind of looked at as like another number, or, all they're looking at are social media analytics. And, social media just doesn't tell you everything. Like, that's just not how every company should work. And so I'm just so appreciative of Jiffy Lube and how much they've come on board with us. They were at our block party this weekend, like our actual representative from Jiffy Lube, from corporate, was here hanging out with us, which is so incredible. Wow. I mean, their products are amazing. I take all my stuff to Jiffy Lube. It's so fast, convenient, and the guys that work there are so much fun. They're a blast. I know us now. They definitely know us now, and they love our truck, and so it's so much fun to go and spend some time with them.
Was your representative in the dunk booth? Is what I want to know.
She didn't. That was the only thing she didn't do.
Next time we're gonna do like a checklist, like who has to be in the dunk booth.
Yeah, definitely. BF Goodrich Tires, I've been a long time partner with BFG. My grandfather was actually the longest sponsored BF Goodrich athlete in history. And to me, they're like family, because honestly, I mean, I have known BFG since I was like a toddler. So they are amazing also. Such a lovely, giving company that really wants to see us succeed. And they make the best tire out there. Absolutely. I mean, knock on wood, but I don't even know if I should say this, but in all of my years, like all of them, driving off-road, I have gotten one flat tire in like 15 years or something. So
knock on all
that
the wood.
is a bold statement. That is a bold statement. Good for you.
Never gonna say it's not gonna happen, but I'm always on BFG. That's a pretty, and I mean, that's a pretty good record for that amount of time, for sure. And this year, we're really excited that we brought on our newest partner, Liberty Firearms Institute, which is a beautiful indoor firing range out of Colorado. And they really pride themselves on education and training for, proper use of firearms.
Nice.
That's cool. I like the well-rounded
you do a meeting.
There. Yeah.
Yeah. If ever you do a meeting there, I might have to make sure I make it.
The facility is incredible. It's huge. It's 2 stories, and it's really state of the art. I think it's the largest indoor firing range west of the Mississippi.
Oh, wow. That's a statement. I'm going to have to check them out. I'm going to look them up today. I'm going to Google them up.
They're just outside of Denver. They're about an hour north of Denver.
Okay.
We'll be coming through Colorado in a couple of weeks, so we may have to swing by there.
You should do it. That's a good stop. So awesome.
I mean, as a team, you guys are making moves, and that's so exciting. But your creative force there, Rori, is also making waves across the community. Tell us about your, I don't want to say it wrong, your hats that you're designing.
It's kind of an odd thing that came out of nowhere, and the I guess what I call myself is also a very odd term. I'm a professional hat artist now, and with that being said, it's a few months ago. So let me backtrack. I've dabbled in art my entire life. Always loved it, drawing and painting, and just showing the creative side, whether it be design for Shelby Offroad or event or anything like that. I love to do hands-on. I don't like it to just be a print. I love to put my own personal touch on anything that I can. And a few months ago, my oldest sister said, "Hey, you need to make a hat for our middle sister, just randomly." And I said, "Oh, that'd be fun. I'm going to try that." So I ordered a couple of hats, and I did a couple of samples and trials, and I put them online to see if people would respond and if they'd like it. And they went first day, and I was like, "Oh, I think I found something." And a couple of weeks in, a girlfriend of ours reached out and asked me if I wanted to go to an event, and I'm like, "Okay, people are really seeing this, and it's getting out there. This is awesome." So Shelby came with me, just jumped in, and we drove up to Vegas, and we did our first event up in Vegas. It was a 2-day marketplace with our girlfriend Jolene, and it sparked such an amazing response in this, like, it was an all women's marketplace, and it was all women's summit, I should say, in the marketplace they were coming to. And everybody made me feel like $1,000,000. I just felt like I was on a high, and then telling me how amazing I was. And I've never had that response. It's always been fun sharing my artwork with the world, but to finally get people coming back and telling me how talented I am, I mean, it sparks and it motivates. And so the custom side of it came into play, and to be able to create custom artwork for each individual human that wants a Ravel and Co. custom hat is pretty awesome. And everything's a one-off, and it's continuing to grow, and people are reaching out from other places, and I'm of course I still have to push my side of it, but when people are reaching out to me and saying, hey, I heard about this, or hey, I've seen you and you need to be here and you would do so well here, it's such a wonderful feeling that people want to continue to see my stuff. It's still kind of unreal, it's only a couple months in, but the backing that I've had, I mean, Shelby's just like, do it. Anytime we have an event, bring your hat, get them out there. She's had my back from the start. Eric is like, okay, how many hats do you need? What do you got to do? What's your inventory? It's like, I've just had the most incredible support on the back end to see where it's going to go. And I still have no idea. And, but I'm going to keep pushing it and making custom hats as long as people want them. And Avis, I will be bringing yours out to you in some training soon enough. So I look forward to having your own very own custom. Cara was one of my very first customers. Let me tell you that she ordered a custom hat for me. So I will forever be thankful for her. It was like, I want to say top 15 hats that you got, something like that. I mean, that was in the very beginning. What number are you on now? I just burned my 120th hat.
That's crazy. I think it was 14. I think it was 13 or 14.
Yeah, we are in the very beginning. So it's so cool to see. And so, and that was really what, like, to start numbering them and to see the growth and to be able to keep track of what each one truly special, what each one had, has been really fun. So
yeah, I can't wait. My husband was asking me the other day, he's like, when are you going to wear this next? And I said, I'm trying to keep it clean for the rally, because I plan on bringing it to the rally and wearing it at the gala.
I love that. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I hope everybody shows up in their hats. That would be so awesome.
I seriously get a tear in my eyes, and I will cry that night too. But that would truly be amazing.
Well, you're going to be crying already because you won. So there's that.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the hats, I was like, those are amazing. I need one, but I already had 2 hats, and I was like, well, I'm gonna send Rori one, and she's gonna design it for me. And then I was like, well, that means I have to go to the post office, and that's never gonna happen. It's just something I hate to do. So I was like, okay. So then I just was like thinking about it, and then just finally 2 weeks ago, I text you and I was like, all right, I finally have my idea. Like, I finally know what I want.
I didn't know you finally ordered it. I knew whenever I was there, you were talking about it, and you're like, I'm going to send her my own. That's the last I knew.
No, I know. And then I was talking to Rob about it, and he was like, just order one. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna do it. So that was good. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Me too.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Everybody should get one. I love them.
Thank you so much.
You guys, YouTube vlogs happening? Is that like Shelby Hall and Rori Lewis? Is that Shelby and Brady? Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole production. It's incredible.
I will be included. I'm always going to be in the background. So the 2 main, of course, will be Shelby. Well, actually, no, we have the third, because this is going to be season 3 of our Desert Roots show that we make during the rally. Which is kind of like a vlog. We film the whole thing ourselves, which has been really funny and fun, and an interesting experience for us. So the last 2 years, we decided that we wanted to give a behind the scenes take on the Rebel Rally. The rally does not allow any outside media, and so the only way for you to share your story is to record it yourself.
Make your own story.
We were like, okay, yeah, screw it, let's try it. So the first first year, it was like probably a little cringe because that was like the first time I ever turned on a GoPro. It was so like, is this thing on? Is it pointing at our face? Why is it always moving? But then year two got a little better, although we were really hyper focused on competing last year. So we didn't have quite as much footage the second year as the first year. So this year we feel like we have a pretty good balance. We feel like we've learned a lot of lessons over the first 2 years, and we definitely will be coming out with a third season of Desert Roots. And that show is really what kind of inspired us to get a little more active on YouTube. And part of the Shelby Hall Offroad team heavily is media because, that's what we got to do today. And we happen to have some of our best friends that are incredible behind the camera. So we made a show for Nora. That's a 4-part series, which is just like movie quality. It's so good. I mean, we watch it and we're like, holy shit, we look like movie stars, which is pretty cool. And
Yeah.
we just decided we're gonna start vlogging a little bit more. We get to do a lot of really interesting, unique, fun things in our lives, and with opening the doors to a shop, and Brady coming over here, and it's kind of like we've jumped in with both feet. Like the beginning of the year was really like, all right, we're doing it. Like we're making this a big effort, and like I want to share that. I want to share the reality of what it's like doing what we do. Often you watch videos that are extremely polished, and you're like, damn, that person never has any struggles. Like they just have this amazing life.
No.
And we want to show all sides of it, like we get to do the fun stuff, but we want to show the fun stuff, but we also want to show the reality of the not so glamorous side of being in motorsports, and the amount of effort that goes into it. And you give up a lot to be good in motorsports. You miss a lot of birthday parties, you miss weddings, you miss a lot of important things in your everyday life because you're married to the shop, basically. And so we just kind of want to share all of that. And we just launched our first vlog yesterday.
Oh, we do.
I mean, it's a little bit cringe, but it's awesome. It's pretty hilarious.
I mean,
Everything starts off cringe.
Yeah.
Everything.
When I started this podcast, I was like, I want to do a podcast, and then I kept kicking the can. I don't know enough. And finally I was just like, you reach this point where you're like, progress over perfection. If I never start, I'm never going to get better, right?
100%.
It's like that with everything. You can't do anything new without being willing to be bad at it first.
So. I love that saying, progress over perfection, so much. I mean, it is. And perfection is not attainable, and if we're always waiting for the perfect moment, like you said, never going to happen. So it was actually our media team that suggested we start the vlog, and it gave us a whole new respect for them. So yes, you guys will definitely need to subscribe and watch all the fun things that we're going to record and put out on the internet.
Nice. And where do we find it? Because I have somehow overlooked this part of your Shelby Hall Off-Road experience. What is it on YouTube?
Shelby Hall Off-Road.
Shelby Hall Off-Road. Okay. I assumed, but I didn't want to just assume out loud. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be looking that up.
We are subscribers. We follow it. We love watching whenever y'all were jumping in those dune vehicles. I don't even know what you call them, but it just was like, okay. Every time it comes on as a suggestion, I was like, okay, let's see what they've done.
The dunes, man, that's all Brady. So we're in sand cars.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Down in the UTVs, but the sand cars, it's a whole new world for me. I mean, I I do dunes in stock trucks. Sand cars
Mhm.
are like super high horsepower, super light. The seat never goes far enough forward. They're
Mhm.
manual. Like it's a whole different world out there in a vehicle that can go anywhere and
Literally.
wheel the whole way there. Seriously, uphill. So all the videos from the 4th of July, that's all Brady just being a total badass, and it's fun for us to be able to just like go. We're along for the ride. I sit back, please. Go, Brady, go!
You're the best little cheerleader, Rory.
Exactly.
I love you.
I'm behind the ball. I'm gonna have to catch up, which is good because Rob loves to watch YouTube. So I will have something to suggest next time we
Got some
pull
good
it
stuff.
up. Yeah.
Highly suggest the
Um,
Nora. I mean, all of them, but the Nora episodes are just they're phenomenal. They capture our race so magically and the reality of it all. Yeah, I just every
nice. Nice. So let's shift gears and talk about the Rebel just a little bit. So, um, you know, there's a lot of teams that don't make it. So you guys are now going into your third year as a team. Tips, secrets, like what is the secret sauce to Shelby and Rory going into their third year together as a team?
There's not really a secret sauce for Shelby and I. It just became very easy. Like we just flow. And it's definitely sad that that can't happen for everybody. People might get close, and I said, but to have this level of where we're at a friendship and also as competitors together, being a teammate, we've gotten very lucky. And I will say that time and time again, we just she's the yin to my yang when it comes to being in the car together. Like what she complements, like the way that we complement each other and what our strengths are. Mine's not talking, obviously. That is definitely Shelby. Uh, we really complement each other in so many ways, and she may seem in a different light, but it was just like I mean I've had partners, and I'm not saying anything bad about my partners in my past by any means. They've helped me grow to get to this point of being the teammate and navigator that I am, and it just
yeah. I mean, it's kind of two part for me. It's like first of all, you don't know what you don't know, and the Rebel Rally is unlike anything else. And so you can go to trainings, you can read about it, you can watch our YouTube show, but like you'll never really understand what it takes to rally until you rally a couple times. You know, like the first year is completely overwhelming. Shots are fired from every angle, and you're just doing your best to like stay afloat. The next year you're like, okay, I know shots are going to be fired, so I have some more armor this time. You know, and it's like you can prepare yourself more and more every time. And for us, we have a lot of years of competing, and we've made a lot of mistakes. And for me, I mean, I have not always been a very good teammate. Like I have had to learn to develop my communication skills. I've had to learn how to deal with failure. I've had to learn how to be a better friend and how to be more compassionate in moments that are really stressful. I didn't always have that. So, you know, for me, I feel like having a little bit more fun while we're in the heat of the shit has been like a world of difference for me to enjoy the time more instead of just feeling so, you know, like so much pressure.
Mhm.
So I think experience and trying to have fun are like the two key components for me. Yep.
That's an amazing answer. I love that answer. I feel like it's very complete and all-encompassing of the rally, actually. I feel like that is the most competent answer and complete answer I've heard in a long time.
Okay, I
Um,
great with words.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
getting that. I'm getting that. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's amazing. One thing that I've admired about Shelby as a competitor is I'm a very emotional person. I cry when I leave Rob on the start line. I cry when I see him on the finish line. I could cry now just talking about that emotion that wells up
I
in
almost
me. But
did.
I have seen Shelby just let her emotions shine through at base camp, and that is, like that's not something that all of us rebels are comfortable with, or, we don't really wanna show that, and I've
Mhm.
always really kind of admired that in Shelby, like,
You're
she's not
real.
afraid. Yeah, she's not afraid to show her emotions. I mean, yes, I'm sure they might get a little stronger in her tent when she's alone, but like, she's not hiding them from the main pack altogether, which I have always admired, and then Rory, of course, is making everybody look beautiful with their braids.
I've never
Always.
gotten braids.
You've not gotten the braids? I haven't gotten the braids either. I always have extensions, so I can't do that.
Are you guys getting on the list now? Is that what your claim is? Is you just have seat 1 and 2 still?
Yeah, I will totally get braids.
No, I tried braids my rookie year, I tried braids. Your rookie year, like Shelby said, like, you're trying things out, and I tried braids, and it just hurts in my helmet. It just gives me too many pressure points, I think. Anyways, I digress. Um,
I love it. She has to braid my hair every day. Or like,
yeah,
sometimes they'll last 2 days, but typically every day I need new braids.
Before we go to bed, like, yeah, before
Yeah.
we lay down, yeah, that's usually what we're prepping for the next day.
Yeah.
I love it. Um, yeah, so, I mean, that's just beautiful. I try to also make sure that everybody understands because I'm going on to my 4th teammate that the people that I have teamed up with are great people. We just don't make great teams. So, I've been fair and honest, and like you guys said, like, sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's skill, sometimes it's maturity that we just didn't have the first 3 teammates. I don't know.
Mhm.
Um,
And just sometimes like in a pressure setting like that, you need someone that I mean, Rory and I are different in a lot of ways, and she's like way more easygoing than I am. She's highly competitive, but it's like a quiet competitive. And like if I say something bitchy in the car, she knows I don't mean it. She knows that I'm just whatever in the moment saying something bluntly, and it's maybe not even me being bitchy. It's just me being like, there's not time to sugarcoat what needs to be said here. It's just like here's the facts and then we move on. So I mean, having kind of that understanding for each other and for me, like I am very competitive and for us, like placement is key in our career and that puts some more pressure on us. But I know that Rory gives it 110% every single day. And like that is what is the most important piece to me. That I know that my partner is giving it as much as I am, even if that means we miss the mark. But we gave it everything we had. And that is so important. If you have a teammate that you feel you're giving more than they are, that really starts to create a wedge, which is hard.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
it's a really long 8 days.
Yeah. And I think you hit the nail on the head whenever you first said, you don't know what you don't know. On the other side of that kind of thing too, like you can train and you can know all of these things, but you never know the component that the rally will bring to you and your rally. So how it like that, how that affects the dynamic, that's an external component that you don't really know. And then when it hits you, it just hits you.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Um, so, how many years have you 2 done it independently? Like, your total rally years?
This will be number 8 for me.
So 7 for me.
Wow. So I'm just coming up on 4 and Kara's coming up on 2. We're like fledglings compared to you guys. So how are you feeling? Like for me and Kara, like the changes that they're bringing out this year are pretty new. Only 1 day of tech, prologue and transit to first base camp happening at the same time. I understand these are things that have happened in the past. And now one more scored stage. So instead of a prologue, that day will now be scored. Do you think that's gonna have an effect on the field as a whole?
I mean, I'm stoked for it. I love when there's a change every year. I think it just we're not the people that look at the different like weather, how it gives you the high and the low of each place, and like people start researching what, like, we don't do that. We are
Yeah.
very much like, we'll figure out when we get there, and we're gonna find each checkpoint as we get there, day to day. And so I think all of the changes are super fun. I think that Emily and Chrissy and the whole staff are working really hard to make this a really top tier event. And I give them the applause, standing ovation. Like, they have brought this rally so far in the last 10 years. I was there the first year, and I never wanted to come back. It was just like nothing the way it is today. And they have made it very prestigious and very challenging. And so I think that the changes make it a little more streamlined, with other, high top tier type rallies. And I think we need to get all the points we can get. So I am stoked that we have another day of actually collecting checkpoints that are worth points.
Mm-hmm.
We got second place last year by like pretty freaking close. And so we have, we reflected a lot on last year, and we really like went through where we kind of got the wrong, like where we made any errors and how things flowed and how we could do it better this year. So we're really excited to come back. Our training style has changed a lot. We really assessed where we were last year, and we had an incredible time training last year. It showed. We showed up to the rally really prepared. We had a blast. We were not dead tired at the end of the rally, so we felt like we trained appropriately last year. So we've switched things up this year so that we are focusing on a few other areas where we feel we need some like refinement.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the 10 year is going to be full of surprises.
I'm
Oh, I do
hoping.
too. I'm ready for them.
Surprises are fun. I'm with you. Surprises are fun.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
you said you don't look at the weather. I do kind of, but then I've only competed one other year, so I don't really have a whole lot of like common knowledge of that. But I do like to play a game of like, what is Emily going to do this year? And then, but in the end, it doesn't actually matter because we're going to go out there and do the thing anyways. But it's just fun. Like, it's just like, I feel like I have a little bit more control whenever something does happen that I had imagined. Like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so one of my predictions is that there's going to be a really annoying Jimmy Lewis challenge.
Yes. I can concur.
I mean, I think they
I
extended the
know.
rally to get at least two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is like everybody's been saying, what if Emily is showing off her top places? And I was like, well, what if she's like, no, this is Jimmy's year. He's going to show off his top
Oh, geez.
places.
So you were talking Yeah. You were talking about year 1, and, I was just watching the media from year 1 off of YouTube yesterday, and I don't believe I've ever watched year 1, and I was just telling somebody, I was like, "It's amazing, like, how different everything is now."
Everything.
That's
Like, the
insanity.
only thing that's the same is that you use a map and a compass.
Yeah.
The tools
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
changed.
I
And
came
you
back.
mentioned
I came in 2016, and then I didn't come back until 2020. because I wasn't coming back. And now I've been back ever since. But like the first year we had road books, but you didn't have to do any math. Like it gave you the math. So when I came back in 2020, I was like, what? You have to do, what is this? And Penny was like, and she had to like teach me how to do it like on the spot because I had no idea that had changed. So, I mean,
Yeah.
everything is different.
Yeah. And it just keeps changing and changing and changing. I feel like if you miss a year and you come back, like, it's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Hmm.
Totally.
So you mentioned that you guys narrowly got 2nd last year, but you had a stage win, didn't you?
We did have a stage win.
Day two, baby, coming into Ash Springs.
Yeah.
Or Ash Meadows. That was
Nice.
awesome.
What does that feel like for those of us that haven't had any kind of a podium or a stage win?
Well, what's kind of funny about it was we went into marathon, so we didn't know, and we didn't know until like the following day. They interviewed us, but they didn't tell us. So it was kind of like by the time we found out, I don't know. I felt like the buzz of it was kind of like in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Fair, fair.
But it was still so. I mean, like I keep looking at it right now because I have it like hanging right in front of my computer. So good, so good. And the most fun part about it is like seeing Rori in her element, just jamming. Like this last year, she made it look easy. I was like, how are you just, you're getting us everywhere with no second guessing. With like we had a GPS. She was our GPS. No wrong turns. And it feels good to see your hard work pay off. We trained like 30 days or something last year, like all the days put together. And that's a lot of hours and that's a lot of time to be out in the desert. And, when we train, everything is a black diamond because you don't get someone very often to put cones out for you.
Yeah.
And so it felt really, really rewarding. I mean, how did it feel for you?
It was awesome. Well, and I'm not gonna lie, Shelby has stepped up her navigation game just so it makes it easier for me. Like if I'm second guessing myself at any time, or if I need a second set of eyeballs at any time, it helps me to where, like she said, at the end of last year's rally, we didn't feel quite as tired as we had in years past, and it truly helps when you can share that load. And it back and forth. And last year, like after all the time that we put in on both sides, it clicked, and it was easy flowing last year. Of course, the challenges came, and not everything was spot on 100%, but the flow of it and the rhythm that we needed to continue going day to day to maintain that second place, I finally felt it and felt comfortable staying in that zone and trusting my gut every time. Like, do not second guess yourself. Like, that is first and foremost. If you're a navigator, always trust your gut. Like, if you think that it's a little bit off, it's probably a little bit off. I mean, and that's, do what you can to fix that, but always trust it. And last year, in having her next to me, she brings out a lot more of my confidence in me as a navigator. Like just her talking me up right now, that helps boost me too, because I know that she's got that faith in me. She knows that I can do the job, and that helps me to keep that mindset, knowing that yes, I can do the job, and she's going to be right there for me any step of the way that I need her. So last year it was just it got a little bit easier. So hopefully this year it's the same, and it's just going to keep on clicking.
Amazing.
I'd really,
In
really,
regard,
really
yeah.
love a stage win in the dunes. That's the big goal.
We were right there. Right there the first year.
Yeah. So do you have a list of goals? And I guess stage win in the dunes is on that list. Anything else on that list you want to share?
First place.
First place.
You gotta go get
Right,
back and right?
Yeah, every year we got to come back and do better.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
big wins in the first place.
Yeah.
Along the lines of, the amount of experience that you both have, what advice would you give to, first off, a rookie that's coming into the 10th year with everything that's changed, what advice would you give them? And then what advice would you give to someone that's also either coming back for their second year or a seasoned veteran?
Well, I guess it's a little bit late in the game now, but I mean, my number one recommendation is to go to Rebellion. That you're learning from the rally. You know, you can go and attend Nina's trainings, you can come take our workshops, but they're the ones that are counting the sport. So
Hmm.
to me, I think that's really vital. We did a Rebellion last year for the first time, and it was huge. That was huge for us to really kind of like remove ourselves from what we thought we knew, and we came as if we were rookies. We wanted to really start working from the bottom up all over again, and that was huge for us. So I guess that answers the other question for people who are returning, the importance of training and really kind of getting yourself out in the field with your teammate as much as possible.
Yep, absolutely. Both sides. And
That
if we go to like a rookie side though, just you, like she said, go in and do the rebel use, but go in with the mindset of this is your first year. You gotta learn to, what did they, walk before you run?
Totally.
You gotta learn to finish before you can win it. I mean, if it comes down to it and you are that amazing, then you are gonna be held that much higher. But truly come in your first year and just be humble. And as we all are, but no, you gotta figure out how to play the game first. And that's okay. You're gonna make mistakes. Just crossing that finish line every day is celebrate those wins. We say to each other, well, the big thing is the big things the little things make the big things. So every little thing will continue to add up to make the big thing. So just keep chiseling and all the little wins.
I will say I did 2 trainings with y'all, and the first time I met y'all was at the Rebel U, and you brought in like these huge old double glasses, and you were just so helpful to like give any tips that you had. And then I did another training with you at Barlow, and Nina was saying separate everybody out, rookies versus experience versus all this. And y'all were like, you know what? I don't want to do experience. I want to do middle of the road. And for someone that's gotten second place, a stage win, your humility and your heart to be able to give back and to just be teammates with each other is beautiful. So
Oh,
I
thank
thank
you.
y'all.
We really appreciate that. Thank
Y'all are
you.
amazing.
There's always room to grow, and there's always room to learn. And
Hmm.
if you always think that you know it all, you're not going to learn anything. And for us, we spend so much time training, but we're reiterating what we already know. And what if that's not right? What if there's other ways that we can learn how to approach a situation that
Absolutely.
simplifies the process or something that we hadn't thought of? And so for us, that's why we don't want to go in the expert and go off on our own. We could do that anywhere. We want the time to spend with other people to brainstorm and
Hmm.
expand what we know.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of education comes from observation. Like, you can just learn so much, like you said, just from being with other people, observing what they're doing, and then, like, sometimes it's not for you. Like, I have a little brain lab group, and we talk about stuff, and they're like, "Oh, when I'm plotting, I'm using this or that," and I'm like, "Okay, well, let me try that." And sometimes I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's just up to my game." And other times I'm like, "No, that's not for me." But if it's
Yeah.
something that you never thought of, that you never tried, right? Like,
You'll never know.
yeah,
You don't know what you don't know.
exactly. Um, so there was, I know in the Ford lineup, there's been a couple of vehicle changes, but you guys are still coming in the same vehicle from last year?
We
Yes.
are, yes. We actually just debuted the new livery for it this past weekend, which we're very excited because we are basically replicating the Bronco GR. So we have gone with the full strap livery, which is a little homage to my grandfather, who he's the one to blame for all of this, really. I mean, he was also Emily's mentor. So it's really special for us to come under the Shelby Hall Offroad umbrella this year and be able to have our own design and our own color scheme and show up as us, but still a Bronco Raptor because we love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of hard to step away from Bronco Raptor now.
I was about to say
Yeah, right?
the ride that she took me on in the dunes, I was like, I want a Bronco Raptor. Like someone give me that.
That was so much fun.
It was a blast. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I've never have I ever hung out with you guys and regretted it. You guys are always a lot of fun.
I
Um,
love that. Thank you for saying that.
Well,
David, yeah,
it,
seriously, that's awesome.
it trickles because like Shelby's given Rory like, boosting her confidence up. And then I'm over here watching them do this like rainbow. And I was like, man, that looks so awesome. Sitting here like kicking the sand. And Rory's like, let me hold your phone. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yep, means you're doing it.
Yeah, it
yeah, yeah.
was
I
And
awesome.
mean, I think
you freaking rocked it. You
Thank
played
you.
it.
It was fun.
there you
It was a
go.
blast.
I mean, that's one of the best parts of being a rebel, right? Is it is a sisterhood. I mean, yes, we all have our little secrets that we keep because we all want to beat each other, but we all know that I'm talking to you guys and you want to beat me and I want to beat you and I want to beat Kara and Kara wants fourth. So,
Nobody else is coming for fourth. I'm just saying.
no, Kara has claimed fourth. I don't know if you knew that, but that's her favorite number and she would like to be fourth.
That's so
So,
good.
I'll wave from below up to the podium. I'll be like, hello.
Oh,
I joke. She says she wants fourth, but she would really also like to win. So she
I
would not
would,
be
yeah.
upset with 1, but if she's not 1, 4 is her favorite number.
Or
So,
I love
or a
that.
number divisible. Is that the right
yeah,
word?
yeah.
Divisible by 4. That's good.
There you go.
Yeah. That's all I care about.
Um, anyways, as usual, it's been a great time hanging out with you guys today. We appreciate all of your wonderful stories, and we appreciate just your open and fun attitude and the way you give back to our community.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having us. It's always a blast to be able to, well, first of all, hang out with you guys.
Definitely.
And second of all, just to be able to share. Like, yeah, it's cool to be able to reflect back on what we've been doing and why we're here.
Absolutely. Thank you for reaching out and being interested in our story. It's definitely fun to share and relive because it's been a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here's some
All
more hell
right.
of a times.
That's right. All right, we're gonna sign off right here then. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
See
guys.
ya.